Good morning students. Now I am discussing about the immunosuppressant drugs. So already in my previous video, that is part 1, I discussed about the immunosuppressant drugs. So immunosuppressant drugs means what is meant by immune system. Okay, before you know about that immunosuppressant drugs, you know about the immune system. Okay, so immune system means our body cells, mainly the blood cells in WBCs, mainly in that blood cells WBC plays an important role in the immune system. So in this during this immune system, antibodies are developed from our blood cells, and that antibodies act against that particular antigens. Okay, so the immune system can be maintained or controlled in two pathways. One is cellular pathway, another one is humoral pathways. Okay, so immunosuppressant drugs, so these are the drugs which mainly suppresses our the immune system, or the immunosuppressant drugs. So these are mainly used, so when these immunosuppressant drugs are used, it means mainly in the organ transplantation as well as an autoimmune diseases conditions. Okay, and we have several classifications of immunosuppressant drugs. So I will discuss later about its mechanism of actions. So before knowing about the drugs, you should know about what is cellular and humoral immune responses. What is cellular and humoral responses, immune responses? Okay, so here I am discussing about the humoral immune response and the cell mediated immune response. Okay, so here the diagram, in this diagram I am explaining about humoral immune responses as well as cell mediated immune responses. This is the general pathway, how the immune system or immune responses can be developed from our cells. Okay, so mainly to produce our immune responses or immunity, T lymphocytes are involved during the immune responses. Okay, so helpful T lymphocytes are helpful to produce the immune responses. So here mainly in these cells, this is the T cell, that is nothing but a T lymphocyte, and the T lymphocyte is that is a CD4 helper T cell, CD4 helper T cell. So to produce an humoral response, so this is the humoral pathway and this is the cell mediated pathway. During this humoral pathway, so the antigen, so this is the antigen. Okay, so the purple color triangle structure is the antigen, and this antigen itself, it binds to the particular macrophages. Okay, so the antigen is these are antigens, and these antigens are processed by the macrophages or other antigen presenting cells, and these are coupled with MHC, that is nothing but major histocompatibility complexes. Okay, so here the antigen attaches or it is processed by the macrophages or the antigen presenting cells. So this is the macrophages, that consist of the antigen presenting cells, and these antigen presenting cells are coupled with the MHC, antigen presenting cells coupled with MHC. So MHC means major histocompatibility complex along with this antigen. So here APC and MHC, it forms a complex, and this complex it attaches with the antigen. Okay, so this antigen are presented to the CD4 helper T cells. So the whole antigen, it binds to the CD4 helper T cell. So here these are activated, which are activated by interleukins. Okay, these are activated by interleukins. Okay, in the first step, APC attaches with the MHC, and this whole complex carries that antigen. So all this antigen along with APC and MHC complex, it binds to the CD4 helper T cell. So during this attachment or the binding of this antigen to the CD4 helper T cell, which is present in our host cell, so IL-1s are responsible. Okay, so in this, these are activated, this CD4 T cell gets activated by interleukin IL-1, And after the activation of this CD4 helper T cell, these CD4 helper T cells are also called as T lymphocytes, which are present in our blood cells, proliferate and secrete cytokines. Here there is a proliferation of cells. Okay, so APC along with this MHC and antigen in presence of interleukins 1, so the IL-1 gets stimulates or activates the CD4 helper T cell in presence of an antigen. So after the activation of this CD4 T helper cell, and it again get activated, and here there is a formation of cytokines or and proliferate and secrete cytokines. Okay, here they proliferate and secrete cytokines. So after the formation of these cytokines, again these cytokines gets promote proliferation and differentiation phases. Okay, so after the formation of these cytokines from this CD4 plus T cell, so these cytokines again it undergoes proliferation and undergoes differentiation. Okay, so this is proliferated cells, B cell, here the T lymphocyte is nothing but a blood cell. So here undergoes proliferation. So the blood cell attaches with that particular antigen, it undergoes proliferation and differentiation, and that proliferation. So proliferate and secrete cytokines in turn promote proliferation and differentiation of the antigen activated B cells into antibodies. Okay, so this is the antigen activated B cell in presence of cytokine. These cytokines undergoes proliferation, and that proliferated undergoes or it may produces differentiation of antigen B cells into antibodies. That B cell undergoes, here the B cell produces antibodies under differentiation. Okay, next so what happens during this differentiation condition, this the formed antibodies, it attaches with the antigens which are present to the B cell, so it inactivates the antigen. Okay, so cytokines undergoes proliferation and differentiation. So during the proliferation, already here there is attachment of antigen to the blood cell. Okay, so that undergoes proliferation. After the proliferation, next it undergoes the differentiation. During the differentiation, so mainly in the plasma cells, it develops antibodies. Already we have antigens in our blood cell. So after the development of antibodies in the plasma cell, the antibodies binds to the antigen and inactivates our antigens. So this is about the humoral immune responses. Next, coming to this cell mediated immune responses. So mainly in the cell mediated immunity, foreign antigen is presented to CD4 T cells. Here what happens, these are the foreign antigens. So mainly the foreign antigens, what happens means that some of the antigens, the foreign antigens, it binds to the same CD4 plus T cell, and there is a elaboration of the IL-2 and also the cytokines, elaboration of IL-2 as well as cytokines, that in turn stimulates proliferation. What happens, the CD4 cells, that foreign substances, foreign antigens binds to the CD4 T cell, and in presence of IL-2, that IL-2 activates the process of formation of the cytokines, and these cytokines are involved in the proliferation as well as maturation. Here two steps are involved by the cytokines. One is proliferation, another one is maturation. Okay, so what happens, one is proliferation, so that proliferated cell undergoes differentiation and again antigens. So mainly in this after proliferation, some of the cytokines are involved in the maturation of some cells. So during this maturation of so mainly during the maturation process, so these are mainly maturation of involved in the maturation of precursor cytotoxic lymphocytes. CTL means precursor cytotoxic lymphocytes. See, this is a cell mediated immunity. the CD4 helper T cell in presence of foreign antigens, that foreign antigens binds to the CD4 T helper cells, so that can be activated by IL-2s, and in turn produces the cytokines. Some of the cytokines undergoes proliferation and some of the cytokines undergoes maturation. So during these maturation processes, it may choose the precursor cytotoxic. It may choose precursor cytotoxic lymphocytes. This is also a lymphocyte, precursor cytotoxic lymphocyte, and that have been activated by antigen presented cells with class 1 MHC. So here this with class 1 MHC, these are activated. Okay, in turn that have been activated by antigen presented with class 1 MHC. So after that, after the activation of this CTL, that is cytotoxic lymphocytes, it undergoes maturation, that matures CTL. So after the maturation, that matures CTL. So this is the matured CTL. So that matured CTL, or this is also called as killer cells, it recognizes the particular antigen. After maturation, after recognition of particular antigen at the foreign cell, so it lyses the foreign cells, or it lyses the antigens. Okay, so cell mediated immunity means a foreign cell, whenever it attaches to the CD4 plus T cells, it promotes or produces the cytokines. Some cytokines undergoes proliferation and some cytokines undergoes maturation. So this is the foreign substance along with this antigen, and it forms complexes with the MHCs. So this can be activated CTL. Okay, so after formation of the complex along with this foreign cell, it get be activated, it converts into activated CTL. So that activated CTL undergoes maturation, and that mature CTL, so it develops that mature CTL, it binds to the antigen. So this is the foreign cell, and here the antigen, and this is the cytotoxic lymphocytes, matured cytotoxic lymphocyte. Okay, so matured cytotoxic lymphocyte lyses the antigen. Okay, so here the immune responses can be produced. So how immune responses are produced? Mainly, so if any antigen enters into the body, our lymphocytes, that is nothing but blood cells, invade by different actions, that is by proliferation or differentiation or by maturation of the cells. So it act against the particular antigens, and it may causes lysis. Okay, so here also there is a lysis of the antigens. Okay, so this is about the humoral immune responses and cell mediated immune responses. So that is about the cellular and humoral responses or immune responses, development of cellular and humoral responses. So some of the drugs act at different locations. Okay, so coming to the classification of immunosuppressant drugs, mainly calcineurin inhibitors. The major classifications are, first one is calcineurin inhibitors. In these calcineurin inhibitors, cyclosporins and tacrolimus are the drugs which are used under the classification of calcineurin inhibitors. So now I am discussing about calcineurin inhibitors. In that calcineurin inhibitors, cyclosporin and tacrolimus are the drugs which are used as calcineurin inhibitors. So in that calcineurin inhibitors, cyclosporin and tacrolimus are the drugs. Okay, so about cyclosporin is a cyclic polypeptide with 11 amino acids. Okay, so the cyclosporin chain is consisting of 11 amino acids, and it is mainly obtained from the fungus and introduced in the year 1977. So it is a highly selective immunosuppressant. Okay, it is a highly selective immunosuppressant, and by use of this cyclosporin, main use of this cyclosporin is in organ transplantations, during organ transplantations. Okay, so before we know about the mechanism of cyclosporin, already I said about humoral immune responses and cell mediated immune responses. Okay, so this cyclosporin mainly acts upon the T lymphocytes. It mainly inhibits the T lymphocyte proliferation. So what happens if there is the T lymphocyte inhibition of the T lymphocyte proliferation at the cell mediated immunity? So there is no formation of the cytokines in presence of IL-2s. Okay. So again I am saying, this is a cell mediated immunity. This is the foreign antigen. So foreign antigen binds to the T lymphocyte. So the T lymphocytes undergoes proliferation in presence of IL-2s. Okay, activates the IL-2s, and it undergoes the release or production of these cytokines. Okay. So during the activation of T lymphocytes by the foreign antigens, here there is activation of IL-2s from the T lymphocytes as well as cytokines from that particular T lymphocytes, production of cytokines. Okay. So during this mechanism, what happens? Activation of this IL-2s, interleukin 2 and cytokines undergoes proliferation as well as maturation. So after the maturation, that matured particle, it binds to the antigen, matured cytotoxic lymphocyte bind to the antigen, and that complex whole CTL along with this foreign CL antigen, it binds to the CTL, binds to the antigen present in the foreign cell. So it undergoes lysis. So this is about the general immune responses which are arised during the cell mediated immunity. So what happens whenever the cyclosporin is used? So it mainly acts upon the CD4 helper T cell, and it inhibits the actions, or it decreases inhibit the actions of the T lymphocyte proliferation. That is nothing but there is no IL-2 formation and there is no cytokine formation. Okay, so if there are no cytokines and IL-2s from the T lymphocytes, so here there are no immune responses generated by the T lymphocytes. So in this, what happens in this condition? Antigen, we have more number of antigens and we have lesser or no number of antibodies which are not generated by the lymphocytes. Okay. So during how the cyclosporin, or at which area the cyclosporins are get act upon the T lymphocytes. Okay, so this is about the mechanism of action of cyclosporin. Generally, mainly here the diagram discusses about the interaction between the macrophages, APC, that is antigen presenting cells, and APC, and along with this MHC class 2, and this is the antigen peptide. Okay, interaction between the complete APC MHC, okay, APC MHC complex along with the specific antigen, already in the previous diagram I explained about that. Okay, so here the APC MHC class 2 and antigen. Okay, so this is the interaction between the T lymphocyte as well as the APC MHC complex. Okay, so APC which are present in the macrophages, antigen presenting cells, and these are the major histocompatibility complexes. This is the class 2, and antigen, whatever the antigen may be. Okay, so the whole complex, it binds to the T cell receptor, that is nothing but the T lymphocytes. So mainly in the T lymphocytes, CD4 T cells. So which cells are involved in our immune responses? CD4 T cells. Okay, so whenever this whole macrophage antigen complex binds to the CD4 T cell, thus CD4 T cells gets activated. This is about during immune responses. Okay, so that T cells gets activated and it undergoes phosphorylation. What happens? It undergoes phosphorylation. So already you know about that phosphorylation of the mainly this PIP2s, phosphorylation of the PIP2s, that is nothing but phosphatidyl inositol biphosphates. Okay, so it mainly stimulates the G protein coupled receptor mechanism. It mainly stimulates the G protein coupled receptor mechanism. During the G protein coupled receptor mechanism, it stimulates the DAG pathway, DAG pathway, that is diacyl glycerol pathways. Okay, so whenever the macrophage and along with this MHC, along with this antigen, that whole complex, it binds to the CD4 plus CD4 cells, T lymphocytes which are present in our blood cells. So it stimulates the DAG pathway. It stimulates DAG pathway. How the DAG pathway gets stimulated? In presence of the tyrosine kinase enzyme. So it undergoes phosphorylation. So that PIP here already you know about that phosphatidyl inositol bisphosphate get converted into two components. One is diacetyl glycerol phosphate and another one is IP3 inositol triphosphate. Okay. So here that inositol triphosphate, during that stimulation of inositol triphosphate, so here there is a liberation of calcium ions from that particular cells. So this liberated calcium ions or presented calcium ions combines with the CAM. So CAMs are nothing but a calmodulin, calmodulins. So why this the calcium ions binds to the calmodulins means the calmodulins act as carriers or proteins. So here T lymphocytes get activated by specific antigens, and here the stimulation of this T lymphocytes are activated. It activates the G protein coupled receptor mechanism. In that G protein coupled receptor mechanism, that is the activation of PIP2. So that activation of PIP2 causes a generation of this inositol triphosphates. So during this generation of inositol or activation of inositol triphosphate, there is a liberation of calcium ions from our cells or from blood cells. So that liberated calcium ions, calcium ions does not have any capability to bind with the some calcineurin. Okay, so these calcium ions along with the calmodulins, it binds to the calcineurin. So what happens? This calcineurin is a protein. What is the action of calcineurin means? It dephosphorylates. What happens? It dephosphorylates the nuclear factor of activated T cell. What happens here? It undergoes dephosphorylation of the nuclear factor activation T cells.